Hey everyone, welcome back to Unwell with Ashley Ray. I'm here with you guys today, and I hope you guys are ready for an awesome podcast today. Before I get started today, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for listening to my first episode. You guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys were able to listen to the whole thing and not feel sad. But today's going to be a lot lighter. So I encourage you guys to listen. If you guys want to know what to expect from Unwell podcast with Ash 2 Trippy, definitely stay tuned. Today's definitely going to be a lighter day for us. So I just want to remind you guys, I am uploading every Thursday to the podcast. I am going to be uploading every Friday the podcast audio to YouTube as well. So if you don't have a platform that you listen to or you just like YouTube, you can catch it there on Fridays. Also, again, as I stated last time, be sure to like, share, comment. Every platform has different things that push the podcast, so definitely do all the things. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, share with a few friends. It all helps me reach my goals. Also, you guys can follow me on social media as well. I do have a TikTok for the Unwell podcast. I haven't been posting much on there, but I am going to promise to try to post more. But you can follow my personal accounts. It's Ash2Trippy on most platforms. Instagram is Ash2Trippy _ and then YouTube is Trippy Ash or Ash2Trippy. So check it out. I also want to start off by apologizing if I sound a little hoarse because me and my family, we just got over being sick. It's been about 2 weeks. My last podcast, you could probably tell as well. I'm finally getting back to normal, but it's that time of year, you guys. Alright, so a little bit about me. If you guys haven't been following me on social media and didn't listen to this through there, my name is Ashley. I go by Ash2Trippy on most forums or Trippy Ash. My name is Ashley Ray, and this is my podcast, Unwell. Yeah, so a little backstory is I've always been interested in podcasting. I've always used to tell my friends, hey, we should do a podcast. Me and my best friend did do one. We did one episode, and hopefully in the future we can do more, but that kind of got put on hold because we both live lives, I know partnering with people and organizing with people and trying to figure out deadlines on something that you're not getting paid for yet is very hard. So I understand that. So I decided to do this on my free time. I don't know. Maybe we can take it somewhere, guys. I don't know. What do you think? So I have a passion for social media. I think it's amazing. I think it's something that everybody should definitely take advantage of while they can. I started using TikTok specifically when COVID hit in 2020. I think I ended up downloading it in 2021. All my friends told me that I should just because I was active on Instagram, and I started loathing Instagram, and I still do, but we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, I downloaded TikTok. I actually started using it as a platform for my business after I got fired from a job that didn't want me to move anywhere but continue working like I was a manager, you know what I mean? We've all had those jobs, right? But I started that, and I started my own business called Arcaneangelco, where I upcycle t-shirts as well as make custom t-shirts, and I found a passion in it. It was something that I had thought about starting for years prior to that, and I was excited to embark on that. It did take a lot of time and money and effort, and everybody was starting businesses around that time, so it took triple what any other business beforehand did, which I wish I would have started it before because I probably would have made way more money and still been open. Yeah, so I had to shut down my t-shirt business this past few months because I just cannot financially afford it right now because it's so expensive. People are so rude as well nowadays as far as small businesses and receiving packages and doing all of that stuff and not understanding who is entirely responsible for your package after it leaves your hands. So yeah, it was just really hard. I couldn't keep up with the fees, and yeah, I had to shut it down. I'm not completely shut down, and it's not something that I'm never going to open back up. It's something that I needed to take a break from for a little bit, just because I was getting so overwhelmed with everything at home, bills, and just general life. And while I was doing that, I got into content creating a lot. I started learning a lot, doing a lot of research on different content creating strategies, and I learned a lot. I watched a lot of videos and learned what algorithms are, and learned what SEO is, and learned all of this stuff, not only for myself, but I learned this majority for my business. That's what I did. I learned all of the stuff that it took me to have a business in the middle of a pandemic. Now, when I started, my goals were to be mainly thrifted items, but I did start doing custom items because I received a Cricut, and I started learning new techniques. I do majority of my stuff is tie-dye, and I love the tie-dye technique. I love that portion of it, and I think that that's customers don't realize that tie-dye can turn out one way and then it can turn out another way. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's crazy, and that's also another reason why I decided to stop, because people couldn't understand that prices were going up and things were getting expensive and shipping was going up, and people were just upset about everything in general. And since I didn't have the money to say, if somebody bought 2 custom shirts for me, they would have to pay me up front because I didn't have the money to pay for it. And people just don't want to do that. They don't want to support local small business. They don't want to deal with it. They'd rather just go to Walmart or Amazon and just have it shipped to them and done. And I understand it's not right, but we all do it. Majority of us do it. So yay us. But I learned a lot from starting my own business and growing my own business. And I learned a lot about branding. And I learned very quickly, especially on TikTok, that you are your own branding. You are what your videos are posted as. So I started converting that into a brand for myself. I started converting it into a brand that I can be proud of. I started converting it into a brand that was more me and more unique, and that I can, be able to grow with. So I did start my LLC last year, my Arcaneangelco LLC. That's why I tell you this is a production of Arcaneangelco, because I am Arcaneangelco right now. And the goal of Arcaneangelco or Arcangel Company is to be able to help others achieve their goals, no matter what they may be. So if you guys don't know what I stand for, that is exactly what I stand for. So if you guys see me on TikTok, I do have, videos on ways to make money, tips, tricks, things like that. But I can honestly tell you, if you're trying to make money online in any way, shape, or form, one, make sure there's multiple resources into making that money. So on TikTok alone, I have 5 streams of income. So you can definitely turn that into what you want. But you also have to remember, you have to put in all of the work, the time, the energy in posting videos, tagging videos, making sure they're getting seen by the correct people, and you're doing the correct things as far as following, sharing, commenting, and basically interacting with the audience. And this goes for every platform now, because every platform is following what TikTok is doing, because TikTok is the platform to be on. TikTok is what everybody goes on. Instagram's trying to be like it. Snapchat's trying to be like it. You can kind of guide it, and it takes time. Trust me, this is the biggest advice I have. It takes time. Say it with me. It takes time. Now, when you start, you're not going to see immediate growth. Yes, some people will post one video and they'll go viral. Yes, some people will tell you, oh, this is how I grew my account in 30 days to over 20K followers. No, it takes time. These people started with basically a profile just like yours. And they grew that, and they learned that algorithm, and they learned how it works, and they learned what they needed to do. And then they created another account to show you that they can do that within 30 days. So trust yourself, trust your process. And as I always say, especially with TikTok, make sure you're engaging. You're engaging with your followers and the people that are liking and commenting on your videos. And also make sure that you are following and engaging with people that are related to what you're interested in. Don't try to be a gamer when you're a cook or a chef. That don't make sense at all. So be aware of everything you're doing on the any platform you're trying to grow on. But yeah, that's my advice for today. I knew I was going to start giving advice on this, and that's what I told myself not to do. And I'm winging it, so I don't have a script today. So this is all me, guys. I'm going to have a lot of editing ahead of me. But enough about that. So that's what I do. I am a content creator. I make videos for businesses or products or platforms or people. Anything you can think of, I will make a video for it. Of course, I have my own restrictions, but yeah, I'll pretty much make a video for it if you're paying me. Another part that you guys probably don't know about me is, or you may know about it because I do talk about it pretty openly because it is a huge part of my life, is my struggle with anxiety and depression. I have had extreme social anxiety since I was 10 years old, and I've gone through my life basically in a lot of isolation, a lot of mind-numbing pain, and a lot of questions. So that's another aspect that you're going to see a lot on this podcast because I really love to support mental health. I love to be there for people that think that they're alone because you're not. You're not alone. I've been through so much, and I hope that if somebody hears this, they know that they're not alone by just hearing this. I have the disorder, and I don't know what it's called, and I don't know how to pronounce it. But I have the disorder where I am afraid to throw up. It doesn't matter if it's in public, private. I'm afraid to throw up. I can't explain it. And I feel like I don't need to explain it. That's just my irrational fear. And I feel like people, after being on the internet, I know that people can relate to it. And people know what it is. So that's my problem. It causes a lot of social anxiety because I don't want to be around people. I also am intuitive, which means I feel other people's energies. So when I'm out and about and somebody is in a bad mood, or somebody is being aggressive, or somebody is just off, I can feel all of that, especially if I am connected to you in a certain way. So for instance, like if I go out and my husband gets real aggravated, I will feel that as well. And it usually manifests itself in anxiety or depression. Usually anxiety for the most part. And I've had to learn that anxiety is a symptom of excitement. So remember that, my anxious people. Remember that. I have not let anxiety or any kind of mental illness define who I am. I'm trying to make it to where I am who I am, and your opinion is not needed. I've lived my life with a lot of criticism. I've lived my life with a lot of people looking down on me because of my issues I have, as you can say. But I'm learning to work through them. And in the middle of the epidemic, the pandemic, the panorama, whatever you want to call it, I went through a spiritual awakening that helped me so much understand not only myself, but everybody else around me as well. And it taught me a lot about communicating and being around people. And it showed me a lot of things in this world that are cruel. And I want to share those experiences with you as well, because I feel like if even one person knows that I'm going through what maybe they went through, maybe their day won't seem so bad. You know, maybe we can make it another year, another day, another month, another hour, another minute. Because I know sometimes it does come down to that. It comes down to those minutes, those hours, you know. It can be lonely. So I've been there, guys. Another big thing for me is women empowerment, because I feel like women can definitely rule the world if we all empowered and supported each other instead of stepped on each other's heads to get to where we need to be. And if you guys have never experienced this, this. You guys are very lucky, because I've experienced it so much in my life that I just realized yesterday when I was taking a shower that my best friend in elementary school literally was stepping on me because I had the personality to get by, to be popular, and she was stepping on me because she didn't have that personality. So I know she won't listen to this because, yeah, that's how she was. So it doesn't matter if you call them your best friend. I've learned they're going to step on you. And women, please don't do this. Like, we have girl code. This is why men are so intertwined. And this is why they think men can rule the world, is because men literally follow every guy code in the book. But us women, no, we will step on each other to get to the top of the mountain. But that's just my opinion, and I want to remind you, that's kind of a good cutting point in here to remind you that these are all my opinions. Anything I say that may seem out of pocket or out of hand, these are my opinions. You know what? This is me, and this is who I am, and I'm speaking my truth in this podcast. So this is just telling you guys what to expect, a few things that you can expect coming episodes. I am also a mother and a wife. Now, my kids are 12 and 8. And I have got to tell you guys that I am not looking forward to my oldest son being a teenager, because he already has the attitude of a teenager, and he won't be a teenager until April of next year. So, I mean, it's soon, but we got a head start, you know. My youngest is hyper independent, and he's a mama's boy to the fullest, and he's my baby. So, I'm a mom. I had my first son when I was 21. And a lot of people don't believe this, but after trying to conceive for 2 years, I had him. This was due to my anxiety, and I'm on anxiety medication, and that's why it took me so long. My second was also planned. It took me a year, but I got off medication with him. I have been with my husband for a whopping 19 years. Yeah, 19 years. Yeah. We met when I was 14. We were mutual friends of families and stuff, and things just happened that way. We were always together and decided to get together and talked ever since, and then moved in together when we were 17. And we've been together ever since. He loves me. I'm a pain in the ass, but he loves me. But he's a pain in the ass as well, so hi, babe. But I love him. He's supported me in every endeavor that I have. And that's the biggest part to me. And I want also people to know that relationships aren't 100% perfect. Yes, I've been with my husband for 19 years. No, we've never broken up once. But I want you guys to know that, like, it's not all rainbows and butterflies all the time. You guys have to go through hard times. You guys have to just go through it. Face it head on. It's the easiest way. But it wasn't easy, but we're here, and we're happy. We have our 2 boys, and that's all we're going to have. No more kids in this household. No more babies. No more babies. Just my kids that are growing up way too fast. But yeah, other than that, I am a stay-at-home mom currently, working on this podcast and being a content creator, of course. So I identify as a stay-at-home weed mom. Yep, that's how I identify. Yep, I'm also a cannabis user. I've been using cannabis for going on almost 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. I don't know where I'd be without it, honestly. I'd probably be on a lot more medication or not here at all. Never used to use cannabis because it used to make my anxiety worse. I learned that not all cannabis makes you like that. And then when I found the right one, I started trying all of them, and I love them all now. I take it anyway. I will smoke it in a joint. I will smoke it in a blunt. I'll smoke it in a bong. I'll smoke it in a pipe. Doesn't matter. I do dabs, hash. Anything you want to give me, I'll gladly take if it has THC in it. Edibles, those are delicious. They make you more hungry though. Well, some of them. Not all of them. But yeah, so it's helped me not only with my anxiety as well as my depression, but I also had a brief spurt of what they called fibromyalgia, which I later learned was basically like a blanket term for nerve issues. So yeah, I haven't had any outbreaks with that. It does come back if I don't smoke enough usually, but it's not too bad. It's manageable. And I was just talking to one of my friends on my TikTok live this morning, and we were talking about how I've been trying to get a job at a dispensary because, we're legal now here in New Mexico, of course, yeah. And I've been trying to get a job at a dispensary for quite some time now. And I've had like so many interviews. Most of them don't work out, but I recently applied again. See if I like it. I just want to see if I like it. I go into dispensaries, and the one that we actually go into a lot, me and my husband, I know more than what the workers know there. So, I just want to spread the knowledge, and they're not getting that. I also have applied at that dispensary as well, and they never called me back. But it's neither here nor there. They don't know my abilities to also put them on the map. Yeah, there I go, manifesting again, just boosting my ego. We have to sometimes. We have to. I have a passion for cannabis. I have a passion for the industry. I think people in the cannabis industry are very genuine people, and they let you know, like, what's up, what you can and cannot do. And it's a great community. I hope to make more content for that community soon, because what's better than getting paid to get high? Duh. So that's mostly everything about me. I mean, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely shoot me an email. I wanted to give you guys my email address as well, because for the next episode, I really want to do like listener stories or listeners that need advice on a situation or something like that. So definitely shoot me an email with that, and maybe you'll be on the air. I'll let you know if you are into the podcast going forward. But that email is Ashley, ASHLEY, Ray, RAE, Trippy, TRIPPY @gmail.com. AshleyRayTrippy@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, let me know. Also, if any companies are sitting here listening and want an ad placed in any of my podcasts, let me know. Let's partner. Let's do it. Let's get this listened to. Yup. I also wanted to kind of touch on people that inspire me, because I have a lot of inspirations as to what I kind of want to be like. And here is just a few people that inspire me. I'm truly inspired by the artist Yellow Wolf. I think he's made bounds and leaps in creating music that speaks to you, along with Jelly Roll and his wife Bunny. They are two of my biggest inspirations. I don't connect with them on a way that a lot of other females or even males connect with them, as far as like drug users and things like that. I connect with them because they're real, and I think that's why a lot of people connect with them. Another huge influence for me is Danny Dixon. If you guys don't know who Dixon Flannel or what Dixon Flannel is, Danny Dixon is actually the owner of Dixon Flannel. A little story here. We found Dixon through a friend. One of our good friends had been buying Dixon flannels for a while, and we finally looked into them and we bought one. This was a little before he found his shop in Arizona. I started following him on Instagram, and I heard really good things from our friends about customer service and how they received a wrong size, and he let them keep that size and sent another one. I was like, wow, I want to do business like that. Like, I want to be personable. I want people to be able to reach out to me and talk. And that's what Danny does. I've reached out to him many times, or even just saying hey, and he's reached back out to me. So it's really awesome to get that kind of communication. Long story short, so basically we found him, learned about how he started selling flannels out the back of his Scion while working a full-time job and living in a one-bedroom apartment. And I just think that struggle is so real. Now, if you follow Danny Dixon now, he is far from the struggle anymore. You guys didn't know what Dixon was. If you don't know what it is, look it up. One of the highlights of my life was going to Arizona and going to the showroom that he had just created. I think he had just opened the showroom like not too long before we had gotten there. It's so different now. And I just haven't been able to go out there, you know? We haven't been able to go to Arizona. He's one of my inspirations, and I feel like he's real. He has that communication piece of things, and he's able to monetize on everything that he's done. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. And I can't continue this without mentioning the person that kept me alive for these past 34 years is, or maybe shorter, but Lincoln Park in Chester, Bennington helped me through a lot of dark times in my life, and such a huge inspiration to me, even though he is not here with us. RIP to Chester, but huge inspiration to me. And another really big inspiration is my husband. He helps me so much, and I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry, but he helps me out so much with a lot of things I have to go through day to day, and he understands me in a way where people just have not been able to understand me. And I want to thank him for that, because I love him unconditionally, and I truly feel he does the same. And in a world where you have to have conditions to love somebody now, it's truly a treasure to me to have him be able to do that, because I don't make it easy. He don't make it easy, but we make it work together, and that's what matters. And he's my biggest inspiration for continuing to do what I do. He's my biggest fan, and I've learned that he is truly my best friend. I also want to throw this out there as well. Me and him actually stopped drinking about 4 to 5 months ago. And we didn't stop drinking because we were alcoholics in any way, because my father died of being an alcoholic. And, you know, we just have both of us have family members that have alcoholism. And, you know, one day he looked at it and he decided on his own that he wasn't. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this with you. And so to all the people that have been wondering on my TikTok how I've lost so much weight, not only has that magnesium spray helped, which is linked in my Amazon storefront, but also stopping drinking has helped me tremendously with my health, my weight, emotional state, the way I'm able to handle things and things like that. So we did it together. We're Kelly sober because we both smoke, but we didn't stop again. We didn't stop because we were alcoholics. We stopped because we realized that we were using it as a crutch in our lives to take on all the bad stuff, and it was making bad stuff worse. So we decided on our own that we just needed to stop, and we did. That's not to say that we do not have a drink every once in a while. It wasn't overboard before we stopped. It was just something that was preventing us from being our best selves. And now we're our best selves. We do what we have to get done, and, you know, get to work and do all of the stuff that adults don't want to do on a daily basis, but we have to. And it just makes it easier not waking up hungover, or not spending our weekends in bed, or spending our weekends drinking with a headache or a hangover. It's just so much better for our lives. Thank you guys for listening up until this point. I know a lot of times I rant, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to get better at it. But I'm only going to get better at it if you guys let me know what you don't want to hear. So let me know. And again, my next episode, I do want it to be something where we do like listener advice or listener stories or something like that, something cool and fun where I can hear from you guys and we're talking or chatting or whatever. If you guys want to send me like a voice message as well, you guys can do that. I think there's a way to do it on email, so that would be cool. We can like play it on the podcast. But let me know. Shoot me an email. Again, that email is ashleyraytrippy@gmail.com. You can find me on most social platforms as Ash2Trippy, Trippy Ash. But thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. We're almost to Christmas time. Are you guys ready? I'm not at all. 0% ready. But we're going to make it work. We're going to get it done and make it work. I'm going to hear, you guys will hear back from me right after Christmas. So don't be worried if the next one is a little delayed, because I have Christmas festivities going on and stuff like that, so I may upload it a day late, but just be on the lookout. I'll let you guys know, keep you guys informed on all my socials. Yeah, shoot me a message. You can also DM me over on Instagram, TikTok, any social media platform if you guys want to talk more about maybe a story or advice that you need, that you want to be featured next. If that's easier for you, you can always do that as well. I do prefer email, but whatever floats your boat, you know. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and just chatting away and learning more about Ash Too Trippy and who she is and what she does and who is me. She is me. I am her. Hi. But until next time, guys, always be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you anything about being yourself. And have a good week, guys. Till next time. Ash Too Trippy out.